And a day after the last debate. Now, the plan promises to tax digital corporations, go after tax avoiders, and balance the budget within 5 years. But how will the Conservatives do it? The answer is through cuts to things like infrastructure spending and foreign aid. Conservative leader Andrew Scheer declined the opportunity to appear on this program. But with me in studio is Pierre Poilievre, the Conservative candidate for Ontario and the party's finance critic. Great to see you, sir.
Good to be with you.
All right, just real quick, let me start with the costed platform. Released a day after the debates, and early voting had already begun. Was that a sign that you guys wanted to bury the idea that there are big cuts to get back to balance?
Actually, we wanted to release it in prime time, which is right before Thanksgiving dinner. Families come together and they talk politics.
Friday night before the long weekend.
Thanksgiving dinner. People are having that Saturday, Sunday, Monday, depending on your family, and people come together to talk about the platform.
But to go over a costed platform at Thanksgiving?
We wanted people to have all the facts so they could discuss that and get the truth. And you know what, you're right.
They could have had the facts a week earlier.
You know, the Liberals still haven't released a costed platform.
Not a fully costed,
no, they have
partially
not.
Costed.
Billions of dollars in uncosted promises.
The big promise to get back to balance in 5 years for your party, 2024-25, the biggest cuts will be to infrastructure. You're not spending $18.1 billion until after 2025. So I just want to ask, delaying that infrastructure spending, which amounts to a cut per year, how does your party justify that when cities and municipalities say we've got a massive infrastructure deficit and we need that money now?
Well, let's start with the state of play. Liberals promised this $186 billion infrastructure plan, but they haven't converted dollars into projects. In fact, the parliamentary budget officer says that 40% of the money has lapsed. Stats Canada says that actual infrastructure project spending has only gone up 1% since the Liberals took office. So in effect, the money is not actually converting into projects. And so you can try to claim that you have the most expensive program. It doesn't mean you're actually building more. So what we proposed is to take the existing infrastructure plan and extend it over 15 years rather than 12, because we think we could actually be able to spend that money and convert it into projects that have value
won't get done?
For money.
Like, I get that, but it's still a cut per year. I'll just say the Federation of Canadian Municipalities say cities and communities across the country have an urgent need for increased. Proposed measures in your Conservative platform appear to move in the opposite direction. Fewer infrastructure dollars available year over year to create jobs, improve roads, bridges, and maintain local services. That's what all the mayors are saying.
False. At the end of the day, politicians will always want more money from other levels of government. There's nothing surprising about that. But those expenditures haven't actually converted into increased construction of projects. So according to the parliamentary budget officer, the budget that we have put forward in our platform for infrastructure allows us to fund every single project to which the federal government is now committed and have billions of dollars extra for additional projects.
Okay, well, there's a disagreement with the Canadian municipalities. You also call for, here's the other big expense, and I want to get some details, other operating expense reduction. Your party claims you can find $14.4 billion by 2024. There's no details. So you tell me, Mr. Poilievre, what are other operating expenses reductions? There's no details there.
Well, there are details. I'll give you them. I'll reiterate what's in the platform. One, we plan to keep the same number of public servants over the next 5 years, maintain them at the 2020-2021 level. So we're not going to reduce the number of public servants, but we're not going to increase it either. And that provides a savings from the Liberal plan.
To be fair, you're not hiring anyone new in there, so that's a tantamount, according to Clark and DeVries, two economists, that's tantamount to a cut of 18% because you're hiring no one new, which is in the platform.
Not true again. We are going to replace people who retire. In other words, we're going to fill vacated positions, but we'll keep the same number of public servants as we have now versus the Liberal plan for massive new government hiring. Secondly, we're going to end March Madness. You know that 70% of Liberal deficits have happened in 1 month of the year? March. Well, you know what happens in March in this town, Evan? Ministers and managers blow their budget on computer monitors, on professional services contracts, on supplies, and on other things in order to avoid losing that budget. They spend $11 billion more in March than they do in each of the previous 11 months. Now, Evan, what that means is They're blowing cash out the door just to avoid having their budgets lapped. We would rather stop March Madness, as we did in the Harper era.
But that's not $14 billion under other costs.
It's
not.
But it's part of it. And so we're going to get rid of March Madness. I've given you 2 examples now, so you've asked for examples.
No, but I'm just trying to get it. There's no, okay.
3. We have Canada. The Canadian government has the largest and most diverse real estate portfolio in the entire country. 37,000 buildings, but we do a very bad job of managing the office space. Much bigger footprint per employee than comparable high-quality private sector jobs. We're going to better manage our real estate asset. Finally, we're going to get rid of $1.5 billion of corporate welfare. That's money to pay for free fridges for Loblaws. Or to give
those are I get that. Those are programs, but that's
so you say that we don't have specifics, Evan. Actually, we do have specifics.
But to be fair,
we've laid them out.
Yeah, but that last one is booked on another line item. You know that. Sure. That actually is a different line item.
It is a different line item.
Right. So you're mixing apples and oranges.
I'm moving on to other line items.
25% less cut in foreign aid, and you cut on this arbitrary line of the Human Development Index. So just as an example, that means Bangladesh would not get any money, right? Bangladesh has 900,000 refugees for the Rohingya. Why would you cut that? Like, why would a Conservative government not want to help the Rohingya there, which Canada has supported for so long?
Canada is going, under a Scheer government, is going to focus its foreign aid on those countries that need it most. We're going to stop giving government-to-government aid for around the world for corrupt governments who are responsible for the poverty in their own country. Giving money to corrupt governments who are causing poverty.
But Bangladesh
is not this. I'm not talking about Bangladesh.
Well,
is not the solution to poverty. Right. We're going to focus
no more aid to Latin America.
Sorry, we're going to focus our aid on the poorest countries in the world, so that we can do the maximum good for the minimum cost.
Okay, just real quick, I had a minute here. Your party has criticized Justin Trudeau a lot for not being as advertised. The SNC, Lavalin, the ethics scandal, blackface, and there's a lot of criticism. But now you've got Andrew Scheer, who didn't talk honestly about being an insurance broker, who revealed during the NAFTA negotiations, didn't say he was a dual citizen. Does Andrew Scheer now have the same credibility problem as Justin Trudeau?
Absolutely not. Look, Andrew Scheer is the son of a working class family who earned his own way with his own. Yeah, I mean, working class, middle class, either one. He earned his own way, won the respect of members of all parties to become Speaker of Canada's House of Commons, has put forward a fully costed platform where the numbers actually add up and are realistic, to phase out the deficit and leave more money in people's pockets to let them get ahead. He's precisely as advertised. He's a great leader, and he's going to be an excellent Prime Minister.
All right, I got to leave it there. There's lots, very tight campaign. I always appreciate seeing you. Thanks, sir.
Thank you.